Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Box Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Martin, and today we're going to talk about opportunities. So we're super excited. Actually, our team, we are leaving tomorrow. We are flying to Texas. We're going to be at a giant event. It's actually the biggest event in the country for high school coaches. I think there's going to be over 3,000 there. And the reason we're going is because there's opportunity, right? So I kind of want to talk about it. Whenever I think of opportunity, I always think of a couple things that happened years and years and years ago, and I kind of want to share those. Right, because we could debate on, some people say, well, there's just not opportunity, or some people maybe have more opportunity than others. And maybe if we drill down, maybe there's some truth to that, but I believe there's opportunity every single day for everybody. And it's whether or not, one, we can actually see the opportunity, and two, are we going to take advantage of that opportunity, right? So I want to give you a couple examples. I remember years ago, before I even started my first business, I've said I've kind of went through the whole story. I'm not going to repeat all of it, but I remember, just at a point where, needing more. I needed to do more. I needed to make more money. I had to earn more income, because what happened was, it just wasn't enough, right? What I was making compared to what was going out, it just did not make sense, and you're just barely getting by. And that's how it was. But I remember somebody walked in one day at work, and they were talking about how they purchased this package. They were going to be an appraiser. They purchased a school package, and now they decided to be a lender. So he was talking about how, I bought this package. Now I'm going to be a lender. And now that was an opportunity. Now I could have kept doing what I was doing and continued working. But for whatever reason, I just stopped and I said, hey, what are you going to do with that package? Right? And he's like, I never really thought of it. I go, well, how about I buy it from you? And he's like, well, okay, how about $100? I'm like, deal. So I remember calling the school, and they let me transfer for like $10. It was super cheap. But here's the deal. That was the first of the two opportunities I want to share regarding this piece, right? I could have ignored it and kept doing what I was doing, or I could have stepped in and took advantage of the opportunity and seized the moment, which is what I did. Now, fast forward a couple years later, I'm working full time. I'm, as an appraiser, you have to do 2,000 intern hours. So you're basically working like full time for free for a whole year, just about, on top of the job that you're already working. So now we're talking long days. There's times where, my day was like 15, 16 hours, sometimes even 20 hours of work. Sometimes I get home at like 12:30, midnight, 12:30, and I had to be at work at 4 a.m. But listen, it was what it was. I had to get it done. But I remember I was doing intern hours with this company in Orange County. So I was driving from the Inland Empire out to Orange County, getting the file, driving to go do the appraisal. So if the appraisal was in San Diego, I'd have to drive all the way to San Diego, drive all the way back to Orange County, dump the file off, and come to work. And it was just frustrating because my hours really weren't adding up. And then one day out of the blue, somebody called me on the phone. This was way before all the computers and stuff like that. And he said, hey, listen, I'm looking for an intern. And I said, well, I'm already working with somebody. And I hung up. That was another opportunity, right? And I was thinking about it, and I just thought, man, if I keep doing what I'm doing, this may take me 10 years to get my hours. So I remember, calling back, and I talked to him, and he ended up allowing me to come in. But the thing about it is I was now able to get my hours done in like 6 or 7 months instead of taking 3 or 4 or 5 years. And ultimately now everything changed. Everything changed. And what I want to say is, I believe that there's opportunities in front of all of us. We just have to be to the point where we're looking for those opportunities, and when we see them, we walk through those doors. One of my favorite quotes is, Henry Ford said a long time ago, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And you think about that. You think about that line. I could sit there and argue with someone that tells me, well, I can't do it, and I'm not going to, because if you don't think you can do it, then you can't do it. And the reason he said that is because your actions will always follow your beliefs. So if you don't think you can do something, guess what? You ain't never going to do it. But if you believe that you, and I don't care what it is, you can fill in the blank. That doesn't matter. But if you believe you could do anything, right, your actions will follow it, and you'll end up doing the things necessary to be able to accomplish it and have what it is you want. But if you don't believe it first, it's not going to happen. So this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. I want you to start believing, right? And what I'm guessing and what I believe is you'll start seeing opportunities come, and they come all day, and they're disguised as different ones. They're not all alike. They're dressed differently, but they're there. And ultimately what we want to do is we want to be able to walk through those doors of opportunity to be able to have the things that we want to have. When we're talking about sports, right, we have an opportunity where we provide software to athletes that gives them opportunity that they don't have, because it allows them to be able to get their game in front of any college coach at the push of a button, where typically they don't have that ability to do that, right? So we provide opportunity. But in this case, I want you to look for opportunity, because I think if you look for opportunity and then you walk through those doors of opportunity, I truly believe that your life can change in a mighty, mighty way. So this episode's going to be definitely a little shorter, but I want you to get to the point to first believe. Secondly, I want you to put on the glasses where you can physically see these opportunities, and I want you to walk through those doors, because walking through the doors of opportunities will help you change your life. Guaranteed. So listen, until next time, actually, before we even go to the ending, man, if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're thinking, you know what, man, I've always wanted to start a business, but there's so much stuff out there. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to start. Everyone's trying to take my money. I don't know what to do. Here's the deal. Message us. We'd love to have a one-on-one. We can guide you. We can point you in the right direction. We can definitely help you. Listen, but I'll tell you, if I can go back and do it all over again, I would continue doing what I did, because I had to learn. I would not change walking through those things. And ultimately, our lives have been forever changed since that. So we're here for you. Message us, follow us on social media. And until next time, I look forward to talking to you. I'm Coach Martin, and I am out.